Ladies and gentlemen, it's February 2nd, 2020. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut, and I'm going to drive around the city and streets of Norwich, recording the aftermath of Storm Orlena. We were hit with a snowstorm yesterday, and there's lingering patches of potential snow, squalls, or possible sleet or freezing rain or snow or ice or whatever. It's kind of lingering from this massive storm. But right now I'm kind of in the NFA area. I'm on McKinley Avenue Extension. I'm going to head down towards the city of Norwich, the heart of Norwich. But I'm doing the video just to get a kind of a historic record of the aftermath of Storm Orlena. It was a significant storm. We got 11 inches, roughly. I mean, it varies from location to location in Norwich, but roughly, I mean, at my house, I live in Norwich, we got 11 inches. Boy, I tell you, a lot of these cars are really socked in. I mean, you can just you can see the nightmare. The thing is, last night it was nice, light, powdery snow, but after, 10 o'clock, it started to rain, which makes shoveling extremely difficult, obviously. I mean, these folks here to my right, the cars are kind of buried in there. They're going to have a tough time shoveling out of that. And if it freezes over, which it could, tonight as it gets much colder, that's even a bigger problem. That's got to be cleared out of there real quick. As we head down to the heart of the city of Norwich, I am on Franklin Street right now. And the streets are obviously a little tighter than normal because the snow piled up on the sides is making things a little bit narrow. But for all intents and purposes, I would say the roads are in really excellent condition. Norwich always does a beautiful job of clearing the roads. They always have. Let me take a right down Willow Street, between the old factory and Art Space Apartments. We're driving real slow, mainly because I don't want to get water all splashed over this the lens on the front of this camera. That's always a concern in these situations. As we drive down Chestnut Street in Norwich, Connecticut, the roads are real wet. So right now the temperature is 34 degrees, so it's slightly above freezing, just enough to melt things off. Let's see here. I'm going to take a right. I'm trying to figure out. Let's get a look at the courthouse there. That's always nice. I'm going to try to cover as much territory as I possibly can. Heading up Broadway right now. But the conditions are, it's very overcast. And there's snow piled up all over the place. And today's going to be a rough day for a lot of people shoveling snow. I mean, if you have a snowblower, that's one thing, but physically shoveling this stuff is no picnic. Case in point, the person directly in front of me. I mean, he's got his work cut out for him. Let's zoom in on this guy for a second. I mean, he's really he's working. There's another guy. I mean, this whole street, this is Union Street in Norwich. If you park on the street, obviously, and the city plow comes flying by, I mean, you're buried. I gotta be super careful. Oof. I'm glad it's above freezing, because if it snapped below freezing right now, I'd have a little problem on my hands, because the streets are wet. I mean, real wet. And if they flash freeze over, which is not impossible, this car is not exactly built for those conditions. I'm in a conventional passenger vehicle right now. I'm not in a four-wheel drive, SUV or anything like that. So I gotta keep my fingers crossed here as we head down right through the heart of Norwich. Take it real slow as we record Storm Orlena for posterity. I'm getting lucky with some of my green lights here today. Alright, now we're right smack in the heart of Norwich, literally the center of the city, on Main Street. So we head down the road here. We have landmarks such as Otis Library on our right, Chelsea Groton Bank directly in front of us, that gorgeous building. Sidewalks are kind of rough. Some people are going to have to walk in the street, like that gentleman right back there. I'm actually going to turn around, if possible, at the YMCA, which, when I say if possible, I mean, well, no, it's impossible, or is it? Let me go over the viaduct. I can't. It's all right down there, but there happens to be a police officer down there right at the moment, and if he sees me driving around with a camera on the front of my car, it's possible he could question me and get suspicious, which he should. But I won't avoid that right now. So we're on Main Street. I'm getting ready to take a right-hand turn. I'll go over the viaduct. We'll take a little zigzag through the city. And maybe I'll drive down the marina again. I like to take a quick sweep through there just to get a look at the harbor. All right. Viaduct. Big billboards up in Norwich over there on the right-hand side. As we get ready to enter the city again, I'll just take a slight cruise through just a couple of these streets. I mean, I'm hitting every green light today. Again, I mean, I've been on a hot streak lately. I'll take it. Beautiful buildings surrounding us on all sides. War Regan Hotel, again, directly in front of us. I've done a lot of these videos. They're on my YouTube channel, driving all over Norwich, but I've covered the War Regan many times. It's a beautiful building. Abe Lincoln was in there one time campaigning as President of the United States. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, let's get on the harbor. I'm going to make some quick decisions. I mean, there's a million ways to go, and I got to make up my mind. I happened to be down the harbor the other day, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. Right where I'm going now. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the exact spot. This is interesting. Yeah, it's up here. They did a beautiful job of plowing, as usual. Laurel Hill, if you look straight up there, you see homes. That's Laurel Hill, way up on the hill. But anyways, let me pull way back here. I'm gonna show you something interesting. if you live in Norwich, you might want to take a ride down here. And as I swing around, it's a tough... Alright, let's see if this car can do it. No, I'm going to have to back up. Anyways, directly in front of us is the Norwich Harbor, right there. You can see the water, and it's real nice. The water's flowing. Well, I was over here right in this exact spot the other day, and I was taking photographs. I was actually doing a time lapse, and I saw a seal, a harbor seal, a big one, not a baby, and it came right up in front of me, and it was you know, looking directly at me, and this went on for maybe half a minute. And then it plunged under the water and it took off. A short while later, maybe 10 minutes later, I look up in the tree to the left, and I see a bald eagle. I mean, this is one day in Norwich. A seal, a harbor seal, which is rare for these parts, up, you know, up this far, up the river. And a bald eagle. I mean, I hit the jackpot that day. All right, let's take a... Get down here. I'm just going to get out here, turn around. There's ducks all over the place. It's probably worth... I've done this before. These ducks got to get out of the way. Seagulls. I don't want to run anything over. It looks like it's either high tide... The tides do affect this river. Or possibly, I don't know, just due to all the snow and everything. 11 inches of snow is equivalent of over an inch of rain, so it's significant. I mean, it's not nothing. Anyways, get a look at those ducks. That's kind of a... let me plant this thing right down. They're going to start coming over because they're going to think I'm going to get ready to feed them, which I'm not. But that's kind of a wild scene. It's always like that down here. There's a big sign right there. I love it. It says, "Do not feed the ducks." Big explanation. Beautiful brand new sign. People feed the ducks every day. I don't, but I've seen people do it. All right, I don't want to get stuck here. There's a big mound of snow in front of me. And wait for this red light. And we'll take a cruise around other areas in Norwich. Let me go. Let me do a little bit of the Greenville area. Whoa. I don't know if the microphone picked that up or not, but I just went over a significant mound of snow. Yeah, let me go back into the city again for a second, and then we'll kind of head up towards, I don't know, Boswell Avenue, whatever. I'm just going to cruise around. We got our first red light here. I don't know if it's our first one, but it's the first memorable one. This one can take a while. Minimal amount of traffic today. There's a big seat bus on my right. That's they're out in full force today. I mean, it's back to business as usual. We had a snowstorm yesterday, and today the roads are perfectly clear. It's New England, and rebounding from a storm like this is it's old hat for true New Englanders. This is nothing. I seem to be expending a significant of time on this video sitting at a red light. That's fine. It's reality. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. You just wonder, though, after a certain time frame. What's the deal? You know, you just kind of wonder, is this thing... there we go. You know, once in a while a light will, you know, freeze up or malfunction. It happens. Again, we're back into the section where the Warregan Hotel is directly in front of us, and the former Norwich Savings Society building, Castle Church on the left, Shannon Building on the right. I'm actually on Courthouse Square. That little strip of road back there is called Courthouse Square. Let me see now. Yeah, all right, let me go up Franklin a little bit here and take my time, cruise around. UPS truck over here on my left. There's some really cool businesses on my left. Stitch Lab is one of them. Let me see if I can read the names. Epicure, let's see. Foundry 66. These guys, I think I'm just really trying to read the signs quickly. I don't know if I nailed that last one, but it's an establishment that serves really good food, and it's a full bar, and you know, the whole 9 yards. All right, gotta do some creative driving around these snow banks. They are relatively significant in certain areas. All right, let's go up Boswell Avenue. As we carefully proceed forward, as we look upon the aftermath of Storm Orlena. I mean, I hope I'm getting the name right. One person said Storm Orlena. I read several websites, and they referred to that storm we had yesterday as Storm Orlena, but there was a guy on Channel 3 that referred to it by another name, of which escapes me at the moment, so that confused me a little bit as we head up Boswell Avenue. I'm going to take a quick ride down Oak Ridge Street. I'm going to work my way up to Mohegan Park. This is Oak Ridge Street. It's been freshly paved this past, I think they did it in the fall. Look at that on the right. They literally rehabbed a house from top to bottom. I remember that house. It was, for lack of a better term, in disrepair. Now it's absolutely immaculate, flawless, fixed from top to bottom. Boy, they did a great job. All right. I'm rolling down the road very carefully, and there's a big patch of snow in front of me, and there's a guy kind of parked. So I'm just going to take my foot off the gas for a second. All right. We made it. This is Oak Ridge Street. So I guess this is considered the Greenville section of Norwich, maybe. It's close to Greenville. If it's not Greenville, it's very close to Greenville. Let's jump on a Golden Street. Another freshly paved. They did all the streets in... Actually, now that I'm here, let's... I'll go down Hickory. I was going to turn down... that street back there, but let's get down Hickory Street instead. But I want to work my way over to Mohegan Park if I can. Norwich Adult Education Center on my right. Norwich Transportation Academy on my right. Don't know what that means, but as a matter of fact, let's get on Prospect. Let's get on. You know, I'm changing my mind every second here, but Prospect's a really cool street. And we'll get a look at it. after Storm Orlena hammered. Wow, look at that. Another house right on my left. Completely rehab from top to bottom. New windows, new siding, new electrical, new everything. I mean, this is really... These guys that go around and men and women that go around and fixing up houses, you know, flips or whatever, they flip houses. They're really restoring some really, you know, some properties that were really in tremendously terrible condition. Now they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're turning these things into, you know, mint condition houses now. All right, there's a big guy with a big plow out there. You know what? Good for him. They got to make money. Last year they got literally no snow. I mean, a couple inches. That's it for the entire year. This is only the third storm of the year. This is only the second significant storm. I mean, this wasn't a blockbuster. You know, 11 inches is okay. I don't consider that a blockbuster. I mean, you know, if we get 24 inches or something, then that's a blockbuster. 20 inches is a blockbuster. 11 inches is not, it's not nothing. It's significant, but as you can see, the roads are all easily passable. People are out shoveling and clearing off the sidewalks and everything. Mailman directly in front of us is out delivering mail. Let's slow down. Get a look at this mailman doing his job. Most dependable service in America, the United States Postal Service. All right, let's take a right. Woman over here with a mask on. Why does she have a mask on, you say? Well, because we're in the middle of a global pandemic. COVID-19. It's a coronavirus. Central Avenue. I've said this in almost every video about the coronavirus and COVID-19, because people in the future are going to be watching this video, you know, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, and they're going to, you know, think, wow, this guy lived through the global pandemic. He's driving around in the middle of a pandemic that, I mean, so far has killed over 420,000 American citizens. Let's see, should I go all the way down? No, I wanted to get up towards Mohegan Park, so let's do that. I'm not going to do the full strip back there. You can only cover so much territory. I mean, we could do a 9-hour video and cover every street in Norwich, but it's just not going to happen. There's a big street in front of me. I'm on 7th Street, or a big hill in front of me, I should say. I'm on 7th Street. And I'm heading towards Boswell Avenue again, which I'll quickly get off and head down to Mohegan Park. But this can be tricky to get out of sometimes. Let me see here. Okay, I got lucky. All right, let me take a look. What is the name of this road? Mohegan Park Road. All right. That's what we're looking for. We're on Mohegan Park Road right now. Another one that's freshly paved. It's fantastic. As we slowly, gingerly, calmly, smoothly cruise down the very quiet Mohegan Park Road in Norwich, Connecticut, on the day after A snowstorm struck Connecticut and New England and states all over. Really, this swept across the country. All right, we're coming to a real major slowdown for some reason here. Somebody got over there in shorts, and he's shoveling. It's 36 degrees. The temperature went up a touch. This guy in front of me apparently is going to turn into the parking lot here. So, all right, we're going to go. There's a sign directly in front of me that says "Welcome to Mohegan Park." So we're officially in Mohegan Park right now. This is Mohegan Park Road, and it leads directly into the center of Mohegan Park. It's kind of nice in here. It's like a forest, you know. One minute you're in the city of Norwich, which is it's a bustling city, small city, and within 5 minutes from that city, you can be in the middle of a little forest of pine trees and beautiful, naturescape. These are real snaky, windy roads. You gotta be real careful. They're real narrow right now. Look at that. That's kind of a nice scene there. See that snaky, windy road there? The lighting's going to be real good for a video, because it's overcast and there's no harsh light. It's a soft light. That makes for good video. So let me slowly cruise through here. I'm not going to go straight. It's nothing but a parking lot, but let's go up. What is this? Let's go up Wilderness Road. This is another big hill. It's another cool, it's visually interesting. Let me pull around this corner right there. See, that's kind of nice. Look at that windy road. It's just a nice visual experience as I slowly roll up the road here, the big steep hill. I've walked this hill many, many times. My wife and I exercise. We go out for walks, and this is one of the hills. Can't do it now. The sidewalk over there is completely covered in snow. And I don't recommend walking on the road itself. It's not safe at all. Let's see now. I'm gonna take a drive down. I'm gonna try to. I have an idea. I'm gonna try to get a view of the pond. There's a little parking spot down here. If I can pull it off. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Look at those. Again, it has a forest feel to it. And it's just absolutely beautiful to the naked eye. And I hope this camera does it justice. There's another beautiful, snaky, windy hill. Let's see, one person in the parking lot over there to my right. That's usually pretty crowded over there because people walk. They love walking around Spalding Pond. There's a walking trail around Spalding Pond. And it's really beautiful. I'm going to see. I might not be able to do what I want to do here. I'll find out in about 3 seconds. I want to back up into this little tiny parking. Yeah, I'll try it. I'm going to back up in there. I hope I don't get stuck. Well, I'm trying to give you a view of the pond. It's all frozen over, and anyways, there it is. That's what I'm trying to do. There's the pond. There's Spalding Pond. It's completely covered with snow. There was a layer of ice under there, a very thin layer. week ago was water. I did a short film down there, another time lapse, and it was all, there was a tiny bit of ice, but 90% of it was water. Now it was frozen over, and it's covered with snow. And we'll work our way back up this hill. For some more scenic views. This is wild. I mean, look at this. I'm the only person out here, and it's just beautiful. Take a right on John Edwards Drive. Take a look over here. See if they did this parking lot. I always like to. No, they didn't. It's buried. Whatever. To the right is Kelly Middle School, and Norwich Tech is over there. To that, if you went further down the road to my right. All right, I was just checking my battery on my camera. I'm trying to glance at it. It's still going. All right. Let's kind of just cruise down a little bit here. We were here earlier. In my other videos, I did one the other day. I was here in this exact spot. Dickerman Field is in front of us and all that. But now with the snowstorm that we had, it's it's just a different perspective. And we'll record this for the history books. As I go straight down Mohegan Road, this is a real steep hill I'm about to descend. I actually have a car right on my tail. I don't know if that's such a great idea. I'm going to take my time. The speed limit's 15 miles per hour for a reason. You can see, look at the sign, how, this snaky, curvy sign there. Anyways, we're gonna take it real slow around this corner. I mean, it's narrow to the point where if another vehicle is coming up my way, I could be in a little bit of trouble, because this is really, for two cars to pass each other would be tricky. Not impossible, but not easy. There we go. We have one last extremely sharp turn right here. It's about a 90-degree turn. And if nobody's coming this way, we're all set. We're all set. So we covered Mohegan Road in the snowstorm. Now we're going to get onto Washington Street. And let's see if we can jump out of here. There's a lot of cars. This is always a tough spot to get out of. There's a decent amount of traffic here. Wow, I don't believe it. I'll take it. That was pretty quick. As we're approaching, NFA would be on our left. Directly in front of us would be Chelsea Parade. Yeah, let's, again, these people behind me probably thinking, what in the world is this guy up to with my driving? I'm trying to figure out which way to go. We're going to get a look at NFA. I'm not driving in there. They don't want people driving around. They're trying to clear off the sidewalks and the parking lots and all that stuff. But anyways, Park Congregational Church right there to my right. Right there's NFA. That's a pretty good view right there. They did a real nice job of clearing it off, but they're working right now. So we're going to let them finish that. We're not going to, I don't want to do anything to disturb or get in the way down there. I'm on Crescent Street right now in Norwich, Connecticut. Let me take a right onto Rockwell Street. The beautifully plowed Rockwell Street. Some really, really nice houses around here. I've mentioned it before. Case in point, directly in front of us. Let me take a right onto Broadway. Again, Park Congregational Church, a really, really beautiful, architecturally significant church to my right. And again, the homes to the left and right are out of this world. And I'm going to take a left, and I'm going to head down to this little parking lot down the road. I want to pull in, check my battery on this camera. I'd hate to have it run out in the middle of everything. We'll take a ride down Sachem Street. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'll take a right. I'll do a little bit of, I'll do Lincoln Avenue. Blackstone Apartments to my left. Chelsea Parade again to our right. Beautiful Chelsea Parade. Former location of Norwich Rose Arts Festival. One of the greatest festivals in the history of Connecticut. Iconic. Anybody that grew up in Norwich knows about the Rose Arts Festival. Again, on the left, let me slow down real slow here. Some of the cars that are buried. Let's slow right down. See the guy right there in that white Ford? I mean, he's got to dig out of that thing. Woof. I mean, that's a job. I do not envy that gentleman. Now here's a guy with a snowblower. That's more like it. As we cruise down historic Lincoln Avenue, and we turn left onto Uncas Street. Directly in front of us, Norwich Free Academy Sachem Campus is what it says on the front of that building. There's a sign over there, Maintenance and Facilities Department, Campus Shipping and Receiving. I don't know, it's a beautiful building. Apparently NFA owns it. The grounds are really nice. So there used to be other offices and things in there. Maybe law offices. I'm really not sure what it was, but NFA apparently purchased that. Let's take a ride down Yantic Street. One of my favorite places in Norwich. Indian Leap is down here. I mean, at one point I was coming down here every day to photograph, and I did some films. There's historic row house condominiums down here on my right that are really nice. Let me see here. Okay, they didn't plow that parking lot yet. They probably haven't got to it, but the train trestle over there. Man. All right, I'll check the battery down the end of the street here. I'll try to pull over. Construction. Actually, it's a demolition project on my right. I'm going to go all the way down to the river now that I'm here. Let's get a look at this. Let's get a look at the river. Got a big Amazon Prime truck in front of me. All right. private property, no trespassing, you know, violators will be towed. Guess what? I'm going to take my chances. I've never really been down this way. Let's see if I can get around this tennis court. There's actually people standing out there. I wonder what they're doing. Private property, no trespassing. Police take notice. Man, I'm taking my life in my hands over here. There's a couple of guys standing out here looking at the river. I can't really pull up to the river, obviously, because it's the parking lot ends probably 40 feet in front of the river. But on a good day, you can get a real good look at that waterfall up there. And I encourage anybody watching this video that's never been to Indian Leap in the waterfalls at Indian Leap to do it, to take the trip down. You won't be disappointed. As a matter of fact, wait till it rains. Wait a day until there's a good rainstorm, and then the next day when it clears up, take a ride down and take a look at those waterfalls. It's mind-blowing. All right, I gotta find some place to pull over here. I'm not gonna do it right here. It's a little bit too much snow in this one particular area. All right, let me pull up the road here. Man, there's a lot of cars parked on the street. I've never seen it like this. All right, we'll cruise on up Yannick Street a little bit more here. I'm going to find a little parking spot. Oh, I have an idea. I'll go right. I know where I'm going. Go across the street here, pull in. I'm going to check the battery on the camera. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a new battery in because I've been out a significant amount of time here. I'm going to take a left on Sachem Street. As a plow is about to come flying by me. All right. The Arc Center on my right, on my left is Church and Allen Funeral Home. All right, let's pull into the Arc Center parking lot for a second. It's private parking, no trespassing, every sign in the world, you know. Violators will be towed, you name it. I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I changed the battery. We're back on the road. Let's resume our drive. After Storm Orlena struck Norwich, Connecticut, and New England, and many, many other states all over the country, as this storm swept across the country. But basically what we're doing right here is we're documenting the aftermath and getting a visual record of what Storm Orlena did to Norwich, Connecticut on the day after it passed over. We are on Sherman Street. Again, I've said this before, but take note of this little bridge that we're going over right now. This is, you know, worth recording with the camera because it's going to be replaced. This bridge is going to be replaced this year. Let's take a ride up this way. There's stop signs now on Asylum Street. Much needed. Very happy to have them. Okay, I'm on Asylum Street right now. And so far, I've been lucky with the camera. We haven't had any, freezing drizzle or anything like that that could mess up the lens. So if things go well from here on out, I think I'm going to be able to cover a significant portion of Norwich with this video. Which will be a nice document of the snowstorm and its effects on the city, on the city of Norwich, on the town of Norwich. Guy with a snowblower on my right. Let's slow down. Get a look at him. That's that's a good thing he's doing. He's wearing earphones. Snowblowers are real loud. They can damage your hearing if you're exposed to too much of that loud noise for too long. All right. Some big puddles around here. I'm going to try to avoid getting that camera wet. So I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm at the end of Asylum Street. West Thames, there's a lot of businesses and things. I'm not going to go down West Thames. I'm going to go straight up to Elizabeth Street. The reason being is I think this is a high traffic street. I really think it could, with all the cars splashing all over the place with the the melting and everything that's going on, I think it could end up ruining the camera. The lens, it'll get all wet, and that'll ruin the video. So let's do some of the side streets up here. We're on Elizabeth Street right now. Everything's all nicely plowed. I mean, the city of Norwich has a legendary reputation for two major important things for people that live in any town. One of them is public utilities. We almost never have power outages. If we do, they're rapidly repaired, and power is restored very, very quickly. Norwich has a well-deserved, long-running reputation for having Norwich Public Utilities is being one of the best in New England, or probably in America. Seriously, I mean, we never lose power. Another thing Norwich has going for it, and it has many things going for it, in my opinion, but public works, the roads. I mean, look at them. I'm on Elizabeth Street right now. We had, a foot of snow. It's crystal clear. Every road I've been on today, I'm in a conventional car. I'm not in a SUV, or I'm not in some big fancy four-wheel drive Land Rover or something. I'm just driving around. The streets are all perfect. Those are two really, really stellar attributes that Norwich has, among many others. All right, let's get down Dunham Street here. I'm gonna have to think. I don't want to be too redundant here. I've gone over these streets recently in a snowstorm. One thing I want to take a look at. They're building these new condos or apartments, or I'm not really sure what, down here on the left. Whoa, I'm going to avoid that giant puddle. Yeah. I don't know if you can see on the left-hand side. Let me swing this car around a little bit. On the left-hand side, it's open. I'm not going to drive up there, but man, they're replacing. There was a massive fire there several years ago. It was the entire apartment complex burned to the ground. I mean, it was huge. They didn't have firewalls in the attic portion of the structure, and the place, without the firewalls, it went up, I mean, extremely quickly. Nobody was killed. Nobody was injured, believe it or not. But, okay, I'm going to turn around. Let me point this thing in here just for, I want to get a look at this thing. Look at that. Those are going to be really nice. I mean, construction's moving right along here. Zlotnick Construction Incorporated. So anyways, I'm glad we got a quick look at that. Hopefully the snow doesn't hamper. I think they're doing a lot of interior work, so that's it's not going to hurt the guys' timetable on getting that job completed too much, I don't think. But there's some exterior work to be done on the building, on the second building they put up, but that's all right. I mean, they'll, you know, this stuff is going to melt off. It's not going to last forever. Okay, Dunham Street. Nobody coming. Let's take a ride up Wilmot Avenue. It's a big hill. Probably back in the old days. I'm assuming kids would be sliding down this hill. This is steep. And that brings us over to Allen Avenue. Let's take a left, get on Allen Avenue. I've covered all these streets in previous videos that are on YouTube right now. If you want to look at those, they're there on my YouTube channel. Allen Avenue is another steep hill. There's some seriously steep hills in Norwich. There really is. Certain sections. Okay, I'm going to slow down to a crawl because there's water. I don't want to do any splashing. All right, this is kind of a nice view. Straight ahead. I mean, it's a wide lens, so you're only going to get so far that you can, I mean, you can see kind of a panoramic view, but that's the Thames River down there. Across the way would probably be, I guess that's the Laurel Hill area. This is a really steep hill, the end of Allen Avenue. Sure, I'm glad it's perfectly plowed. All right, let me take a right up here. Keith's Appliances to my left. Vacant building to my left. Nice building. It needs some repair, obviously, but business could certainly go in there. Falvey's Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chrysler dealer to my right. Whoa. There's a Jeep sticking way out there. The wind is kicking up a little bit. I don't know if that means anything significant, but you know, let's take a little, very short cruise around Uncas-on-the-Thames complex. I've done a comprehensive view of this this area before in one of my videos, but never during a snowstorm. I got a camera on the front of this vehicle. There is security up here. Hopefully they're not too... There's Southeastern Mental Health Authority building to my left. This used to be a tuberculosis hospital up here. Some of the buildings have been demolished, but now it's a community mental health facility to my left. It's a state-run program. The building directly in front of me, I believe, is called the Campbell Building. It's an old building. It's a nice building. Department of Developmental Services are in there, among many other things. Yeah, the Campbell Building. Apparently there's a cafeteria in there. Credit union. There's a sign with several, I don't know, offices and departments and all kind of stuff listed back there. You know, the last time I was up here, I didn't get a good view of the back of the building. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm taking my chances. All right. There's the credit union. Anyways, this is the back of the building. Take a sweep around here real quick. So we did that. I wanted to do it last time. I didn't do it. Luckily, we got it. We got it in now during a big snow, the aftermath of the big snowstorm. And this, again, there's some really nice buildings around here. Like this on the left, this, I don't know the name of the building. I don't know if it has a name, but TVCCA is in there. It's just a really nice old construction. It's, I think, little apartments. Stone building to my left, and then a brick building. It looks to be, you know, something for large, maybe fire trucks or, you know, whatever they had back in the old days. Several maintenance vehicles, that type of thing. I'm just going to finish. I'm not going to, again, I've done a comprehensive of this campus in the past, and in the spring, or maybe it was the summer. It was nice weather. But now with the snow and everything, it's kind of neat. Let me pull around here and point this thing up the hill so I can get you a better view of what things look like from this vantage point. Can't see too much, but you can see the tops of a couple little buildings there. To my right is a building called the Martin House. There's apartments in there. People live in there. Very, very nice building. That used to house nurses. That used to be a place where nurses used to live. It's called the Nurses Building. When this was a tuberculosis hospital, and probably it was also a cancer hospital, nurses would train. They would live there in the little apartments there. Real convenient. Doctors' homes, again, back in the tuberculosis days, on my left back there, the doctors would live on grounds. They were provided with, I don't know if it was free housing. It was certainly, if it wasn't free, it probably was free, but if it wasn't free, it was very reasonably priced. Okay, I'm going to take a ride. There's a big condominium down here on my left, and I think if we get lucky, we might get a view of the river. Let's take a shot at this thing. This is another one that's labeled, you know, do not enter, private property, no trespassing. They're doing everything under the sun to keep me out of here, keep anybody out of here. But I'm not gonna abide by that. There's the big giant luxury condominiums. Okay, there's a enormous... Let me see if I can get past this big puddle. I don't want to mess up my camera. Okay, there we go. We got it. All right, let's see if my theory... Okay, there. Mohegan Sun. Again, this is a wide-angle lens on this camera, so it's going to seem like it's off in the distance. But I don't know if you can get a glimpse. The river, the Thames River, is down there. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know if the camera's high enough. It's magnetically attached to the front of my car, so I'm not sure. All right, I'm going to back out of here and see if you can take a look at least at the casino. Right there, right smack in front of us. Pretty good. It's a pretty good view. The river is all white. It's covered with snow. Okay, let's carefully work our way out of here. The speed limit around here is 10 miles an hour. It's kind of rough to slow a car down at 10 miles an hour. But we'll do it. All right, I gotta get past this big, giant puddle. All right. So we got that little view. This is called Cove View Towers, luxury condominiums. About 350,000. I've seen one listed for sale there. Norwich Inn. We did that the other day. That's on the right. I'm on West Thames Street right now. You know what? I'm going to take a ride down here. You get another view of the... Oh, there's a nice cove down here. It's a dead end, but if it's plowed, there's a little street down here. Well, there's a little, it's kind of a dead end cul-de-sac or whatever. This is Trading Cove Drive in Norwich, but it's got a real nice view of a little cove, Trading Cove. It's probably all frozen over with snow on it, but it'll be another view of the Mohegan Sun. Yeah, it's on Shore Road. Let's take a ride down Shore Road. Yep, it's all plowed. Look at that, right in front of us, a big, giant Mohegan Sun casino with a guy on the left of me using a snowblower. All right, Trading Cove Association, private property. Okay, I gotta turn around, but let me get down here as close as I can without actually driving in the river. And there it is. Nice. All right, let me turn around if I can. Might not be that easy. There's snow all over the place here. Okay. We did it. There's some kind of a big, giant apartment complex up above on that hill up there. I wouldn't mind getting up there, but I don't think I can get a view. From there, because I don't see any cars. I think it's probably just a big deck, so I'm not going to go up there. Let me take a look down some of these other side streets. No, it doesn't. If it led to the water, I would do it, but it doesn't, so I'm not going to get down there. Okay, what do we got on our left? Connecticut pistol permit, classes $75 per person. Eastern Connecticut firearms, guns, and ammo. It's all locked up. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's got bars on the window and everything. I think it was really, really heavily fortified so people don't break in. Great Oak Pizza to my left. Really good food. Norwich Nissan Garage to my right. I'm on West Thames Street again. Scranton Chevrolet on my left, sushi restaurant on my right. Mohegan Sun Casino is up here. Let's take a quick cruise around Mohegan Sun Casino. I'm not going to do anything wild. I'll get a quick view of it and that'll be the end of it. It's always risky driving around a Mohegan Sun Casino with a camera magnetically attached to the hood of your car. It's it draws attention sometimes from security. And sometimes they don't really like it. They don't know what it is. They ask a bunch of questions and they get suspicious, and it's not worth it. There's Mohegan Sun Casino right in front of us. Alright, there it is off to the left slightly. Oh man, they got a big snow mover out there in front of us. Let this guy do his stuff. We'll get a look at it with the camera. Nice. Got lucky. I was kind of happy to get that view. Actually, let me go straight. We're on Mohegan Sun Boulevard right now. Big giant parking garage to my left. Casino parking. And we'll follow this road down. And I got a little idea of where we can go next. Let's see if this idea pans out. Could drive a little quicker on these roads. Now this road is dry as a bone, so I don't have to worry about water splashing up on my camera. Boy, I wish I could get over there to the left. There's a really good view, but I just don't think I can do it. I might be able to, but I don't think it's worth the risk. It's blocked off. I mean, this metal barriers, yeah, we're not going to be able to see very well over there, but let's see if my other idea pans out. We're on the ramp right now. We got a very sharp curve directly ahead. Still completely overcast. Skies, which is fantastic for video. Nice, soft, even light. Perfect, just what I want. And this is going to put me out onto... I gotta be careful. This is going to put me out on... Hang on a minute. Okay, this is going to bring me over to... Oh, we're going right over the Thames River. Right now. Mohegan Pequot Bridge. We are now crossing into Preston, which was established in 1637, just for a very, very short time. I'm going to take a left down at the end of this road. And we're going to drive by the former Norwich Hospital grounds. When I say former, it's been closed for decades now. I used to work there, but a lot of buildings have been demolished. And the property's all overgrown. And there's absolutely nothing going on over there right now. But anyways, we're on Military Highway right now, according to my GPS. But to the left, there's not much to see. It's all open fields, but there used to be the Kettle Building, the Ronald H. Kettle Building used to be right to my left. Now it's nothing. It's a little fence there with a flat field with a bunch of weeds coming up out of the ground. The cemetery to my left. You know, there's various other buildings that are still standing. The old administration building is to my left. I don't know if you can get a glimpse of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful structure. There's another building back there, maybe the Mitchell building. I'm not positive of the name of it. I can't really remember. To my right is a building. It used to be called Pathway at one point. All right, we're leaving Preston. Lippett Building on my left. We're leaving Preston. We just entered Norwich, just now. We're going to take a ride up Laurel Hill. It's probably worth covering that. It's a very beautiful strip leading through a section of Norwich that we have yet to cover during this snowstorm, so let's do it. Let's do it right now. This is Laurel Hill Road, with snow on the side of the road that's been plowed beautifully. I mean, this road is really, really cleared perfectly. It's perfectly wide. Sometimes, you know, if you get a 20 inches, it's hard to eliminate every ounce of snow off a lot of these roads, but we got about a foot, 11 inches to a foot of snow, and these roads are wide open. I think we can get some good views. I'm trying to... Yeah, there's a spot up here. I'm going to take a ride. We should get a nice panoramic view of Norwich. The heart of the city and the kind of the harbor area. Got a red light. We haven't had one of those in a while. That's fine. Can take a break. And I'm going to take a left up Thermos Avenue and work my way over to that nice view that's part of this, that's off of this condominium complex. Okay, it comes up on you quick. The villas at River Heights, another private, you know. Anyways, let me slowly cruise down here. And you can, let me get past this tree. Okay, I'm going to see if I can point this thing over right about there. That's about as panoramic a view of Norwich and the harbor as you can get. And I'm going to find myself a little spot to turn around down here. And hopefully we can see over that mound of snow, but that's pretty nice. All right, I got to turn around. What am I going to do? I'll turn around this guy's driveway. I'm sure he's not thrilled about it, but I have no other way of getting out of here. Okay. These are really nice condominiums, or villas, I think they're called villas. I'm going to jump out of the car for 1 second and check to see that the camera is still running. I'll be right back. All right, the camera's still running. That's good news. I'm thinking of another really, really good view off of Laurel Hill. It's one of the back streets. And it has a nice panoramic view of the city of Norwich and the harbor. It's a little closer than that last view we had. Let's see if we can do it. I'm at a red light right now on Thermos Avenue. We're going to jump back on Laurel Hill Road. And then we're going to see if we can squeeze in that view. Guy ahead of me is moving real slow because he's got snow on top of his car, which can be kind of dangerous sometimes. The villas at River Heights, that was the name of that back there that we just exited. So this is Laurel Hill Avenue now. Laurel Tire on my left back there. Been there forever. Great guy. I've had my tires repaired there a couple of times. I actually got a flat tire, brought it down there, he fixed it. It was $9. And it took him like 5 minutes, so that was nice. All right, I got to keep my eyes open here for this road that I'm going to turn down and kind of do a little sweep of the panoramic view of the city harbor in Norwich. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. It's a one-way street, luckily for me. Oh, I don't know if the camera's high enough. Probably not. But if it is, let me get right up to the very, very edge without burying this car. There's the harbor. It's kind of you know, there's water, there's ice, there's snow, there's everything. It's a mixture down there. It's moving water. It's you know, that's going to be hard to freeze. This is River Avenue, appropriately titled. All right, let's get back out onto... Whoa, nobody coming. Oh, my lucky day. Oh, fire truck up ahead. All the lights blaring. Something's going on. Well, now he's moving. Okay. Back on Laurel Hill Avenue. I'm going to try for one last view. Another panoramic view. Which means I'm going to go up Church Street. And kind of work my way up. And turn around. Yeah, we're going to get this. There's another really nice panoramic view of Norwich. And I'm going to head up there and then... I think I'm going to conclude the video after we do that. Based solely on the main reason for the ending of this project today is I'm running out of batteries. I have a engine number 3 in front of me. I got a Norwich police officer behind me. And my objective is to finish this video up with one final beautiful view. That's the goal. Let's see if we can pull this thing off. It's 2:17 p.m. right now. February 2nd, 2021. Norwich, Connecticut. And here we go. Police officer on my tail. I'm going to follow the speed limit to the letter, as I always do anyways. Well, he went the other way, so I guess I don't have anything to worry about anymore. But I'm still going to abide by all the rules of the road. Very important. Directly in front of us, we're on Water Street right now. Directly, if I took a right, that's Courthouse Square. The Flatiron Building, there's a Flatiron Building directly in front of us. It's down a little ways there. There's a building to my left. Professional building, 161 Water Street. I don't know what's in there. There's some form of business in there. Look at all the snow. Look at the mounds of snow. That's why I'm out here today. All right, I got to avoid. There's some serious splashing going on with some of these cars in front of me. Hopefully it's not messing up my camera, because I want to get that final view. Okay, this is good. We got a red light. I'm going to go up Church Street. As we see cars passing by. There's a big sign to my left. You can't make it out. It's in the distance. It says, "We are with Peru." It looks like a Peruvian flag, and that's what it says. There's more cars to my right. Sweep by as we're about to get a green light here momentarily. That'll allow us to go up Church Street, which I'm going to do right now. Church Street's a beautiful street. The apartments up here are historic. They're called the terraces. Yeah. Now I'm looking for a side street up here. Is this it? Court Street. This is like straight up. I mean, here comes a cop. That's fine. Norwich police officer. They do a fantastic job patrolling the streets and keeping Norwich safe. I have to take a severe right turn, so hopefully nobody's coming. This is what we call steep. Anyways, I'm going to go up Cedar Street, and then I'm going to turn around up there somewhere. And I'm going to point the vehicle down so we can get a good panoramic view that I mentioned earlier. Okay, now, I don't want to go too far up the road here. Basically, I'm going to find some place to quickly turn around. Well, I would have done it there, but there's a snow plow. Okay, this could be true. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Let me pull in this guy's driveway. So I can turn around here. Oh, this is tight. Okay. Hopefully the payoff's going to be worth it. We've done this before, but we've never done it after a snowstorm. Harbor View Apartments, or Estates, it says. Harbor View Estates on my left. There it is. We're on Cedar Street. We're coming down a really, really steep hill in Norwich. I'm going to cruise as slow as I can. There's nobody on my tail. Straight down is a panoramic view of the Norwich Harbor and some buildings above that. And I'm going to really, really slow down here. I'm doing essentially 2-3 miles an hour. I'm going to hit this stop sign. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along on the ride. I wanted to capture the snowstorm aftermath that we had in Norwich, Connecticut on February 2nd, 2021. And I covered as much territory as I could today. And ending it off with this nice panoramic scenic view is something that I really wanted to do. And I'm happy I was able to do that. Thanks for joining me, folks.